Hi guys, so I'm gonna get right into this, but first of all, a couple disclaimers. If you hear some music in the background, like a guitar, my neighbor is playing a guitar, and I really wanted to get this video out the way before I move. And yeah, that's the noise. Second of all, if the light is very uneven, it's golden hour. I wish I could sit right here the whole time, but the light is gonna move. And yeah, I can't close the window because my plants need this light. So that's that. So I'm gonna get right into it. And another thing, am I weird? Because I was getting ready for this video and I was like, oh, let me go brush my teeth. Like y'all can't smell my breath, but whatever. So I'm gonna tell you guys a time I literally got drugged in a bar in New York City and almost died, or at least I felt like I was dying for a long time. So this was like 2014, maybe. I'm not sure the years. My 20s are all a blur. So I went back and forth between New York City and my hometown over and over again during my 20s. Like I'd be in there for 2 years, I'd be here for 6 months or a year or 2 years, and I go back there. Like I was a whole hot mess. So this is one of my stints back in New York City. At this time, I didn't really have a place to stay. I was staying in some nasty hostel in, like, what is that called? Like a little bit south of St. Mark's. Whatever. I think it was called the Broadway something hostel. So I was dancing. Let's just say dancing. I'm not gonna get into what I was doing. So when I was on my way back home from work or to my hostel from work every day, I would stop at this bar that apparently doesn't exist anymore. But if you've been in New York City or you know anybody that lives there, you probably know about this bar on the corner of St. Mark's, and I think that's Broadway, called the Continental. This bar had like 5 for $10 shots, and they were really small, but they were like famous for that. It was kind of a cool bar. So I went to this bar this specific day, and I was sitting there, and I got my beer, probably a Yangling, and my 5 shots of probably Jameson because I was I was going through things. But anyway, I got my beer and my shots. I probably down like two of them, and this guy comes and sits down next to me, and he was like an older, short, stocky white guy. He sits there and he doesn't take long to start speaking to me, or even I could have started speaking to him. I don't remember. I do speak to people at bars. So he sits down, he's talking or whatever, and after a while, I remember, I don't know if it was weird before this, but I had to use the restroom. People, take your drinks with you to the restroom. Take your drink. Do not leave your drink unattended. Ever. Do not leave your drinks unattended. Ever. Don't do that. Don't trust, even if you ask the bartender, which, why, I'm used to dancing and being able to ask the bartender to watch your drink is like normal, but bartenders are busy. They can't watch your drink. They can't do it, and they won't do it. And that's, just take your drinks with you. So I go out to the restroom, came back up, finished drinking my drink. And I remember this night, I know I didn't get like more than the 5 shots in a beer, and I didn't even finish what I had. I get the I get back upstairs, I started drinking my freaking beer. Why would I do that? That's so dumb. Don't do that ever. This guy is speaking to me, and I remember him saying like, "Oh, you want to go back to my apartment? I don't live too far from here." And I'm like, "Nah." I don't know how much we went back and forth after that, but I remember feeling really sick, getting up. I don't know if he said this before, but he called me a crack whore. He's like, "Fuck you, crack whore," because I didn't want to go back with him to his apartment. And I remember getting up, going, and across the street from this bar was like a pizza shop. And I remember getting up like, oh, I feel really sick. Maybe I need something to eat. Buying a slice of pizza, eating like a bite of it, and just be like, I have to, like, I feel like shit right now. I have to get up and go. So I got up and walked across the street a little further down near my hostel, and there was a like a little park in a divider, like in the middle of the road. There's a little like park where you can sit. I remember walking to that park, sitting down, feeling like extra, 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 extra. And anybody that knows me know I used to drink. Back in the day, I used to drink a lot. And I remember I didn't even have a lot of money, so I knew I only got like the one beer. And the shots are so small. The shots, it was five for $10, but the shots were really small. And I know I didn't get more than one because I didn't have a lot of money back then. I remember not having any money because I'll know I'll tell you how I remember not having any money. So I sit in this park and I'm just like, I don't feel right now. And looking up to my left, and there's a homeless couple shooting up heroin in the park. Wait, let me cut that. Shooting up the H word in the park. I get up because my hostel wasn't too far. So I get up, I'm probably like staggering back, and I go to, oh yeah. I remember when I was at the pizza shop, this guy was selling roses, and I bought two of them. And I was like, I kept one for myself, and I gave one to this girl, and I was like, take this rose, like here. She's like, no, no, you weird drunk. Like, no, thank you. And I'm like, take the rose, take the rose. So she took the rose, and I had this rose in my hand. So I walked down after I see the couple doing drugs in the middle of the road, pretty much. And they had a dog. I started walking back to my hotel. I had this rose, and I get to the lobby, and I gave the rose to the lobby attendant. This is like irrelevant. So I finally get back up to my little room, very small room, because it was a hostel. It was like a cubicle, and I remember just so more sick than I've ever felt. Like, if you drink too much alcohol, when you become sick, it's not like pain. It's just like more like a feeling like the room is spinning. I was in pain. I threw up so much. I ended up throwing up black stuff. Just I remember that, and like at a certain point, I couldn't move anymore, and I just like passed out on the floor. I vaguely remember. I don't know how. Like it was never anybody in here. Maybe they could tell that like something was up in the lobby because there was a lot of people in there, but somebody eventually found me on the bathroom floor of this nasty, disgusting hostel. The worst thing you'll ever like. It reminds you of the movie Hostel. Oh no, what was that? The other movie with Jigsaw. What's that movie? Yeah, one of those like terrible places. I forget the name of the movie. Saw? Is it Saw? Yeah, Saw. So somebody found me. I remember hearing somebody saying she's unresponsive. Next thing you know, I woke up in Beth Israel Hospital. I know I'm laughing, but this was like a really scary time. I remember waking up and they're just like, all right, you gotta go. Like, you came here drunk, like, you have to go. And I'm like, I was definitely drugged. Yeah, I was definitely drugged. Like, there's no way that was just alcohol. I was drugged by this guy that called me a crack whore for not wanting to go back home with him. And they're like, yeah, well, there's no way of us to test you for anything because there's so many drugs, which I understand. Like, we have to test you for a million things. So there's nothing we can do. Just go. So I, I felt like I couldn't move. Like, it was so hard to move my body to even get out of this hospital bed. So I finally like got up, tried to walk back to like figure first of all figure out. I didn't have any of my things on me to figure out where I was in relation to my hostel. Figure out how to walk back there with no phone or anything. I would walk like a half a block and then just have to lay down on the ground outside in New York City. Disgusting. Like the things that were probably on my body that day. Oh my God. Like I can't. And they were so rude at the hospital. And I have another story if you guys want to hear about it, about Beth Israel, me going there and a nurse stealing my wallet. I still want my wallet. Anyway, I tried to walk back. Thank God I found out how to get back to my hospital because I don't think I had a phone and my brain wasn't working. So I finally get there. I don't remember like having any conversation with the people at the front. I think they had to give me a key. So I get back up there and I couldn't move for what felt like a week. Like I couldn't move to the point I couldn't get up and get myself something to eat. I was dying. Oh my God. I was really dying. Now that I think about it, I was really dying. Like I didn't eat for days because I could not get up and walk. Like I think I took a shower. I'm not gonna sit here and lie. I don't remember about taking a shower. I'm pretty sure I did, but I don't remember that part. I just remember weeks after that, like until my time ran up and like I had to go and they knocked on my door one day like, all right, like you have to pay for more days or leave. I'm like, oh my God, like I still can't freaking move. And it's like days later. Maybe I like force myself to get up and get something to eat like once. I just remember being so wiped out, being in so much pain. That dude drugged me. Oh my, that was the scare. No, that wasn't the scariest thing I've been through. But that was definitely scary. And what I could say is never leave your drink. When people say that, it's just like, oh, nobody's gonna do it. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. Yes, they will. They will drug you. Oh my God. This is the first time I've ever told that story, and that was really scary. Like, I kind of just relived that, and I was like, oh my God, I can't believe that happened. For real, that for real happened. Dang. All right. Don't leave your drinks unattended. All right, bye, guys.